To say Siesta is back is an understatement. After last week's episode, I felt really good about The Detective is Already Dead. I have said it over and over again, but after episode 1, leaving such an impression, I was so excited for The Detective is Already Dead after such an amazing opening of episode 1 of The Detective is Already Dead. But the moment that episode 2 came out and then episode 3, it really just let me down. Episode 2 was just so predictable and it was just so many tropes, and then episode 3 was just a little bit boring, and then episode 4 for me, and this is all just personal, right? Episode 4 for me really brought it back because it brought back that mystery element to being a detective and having the name of detective in the anime. And it really brought me back, and I was like, okay, they are really going to dive deep into the mystery aspect of this, really getting your brain churning to try and put cases together. And I was like, that's exactly what I want from this anime. The other thing that I've been saying constantly is one of the things that I thought that they really dropped the ball on was they are not showing us the missions that Kimi and Siesta went on before. I was like, what I really wanted from this anime from the get-go after watching episode 1 was Kimi and Siesta going on missions, right? And building up to the moment of her death. And then the last few episodes, basically Kimi figuring out how the detective died and how it happened, and, you know, them putting things together. Now, obviously, that's not exactly quite what we got. We kind of got this more banger episode 1, cliffhanger, the detective is dead, and then him going to school, and then slowly becoming a detective, and then the whole heart thing with, you know, someone else having her heart, and then her heart's leading him to... So just unnecessary crap, but I think episode 4 and now 5, this one really brought it back, because this one it encompasses what I wanted from this anime, which is Kimi and Siesta on a mission and showing us like what they went through in those 3 years that they were partnered up and all the different cases that they busted open and the adventures that they went on, right? This episode opened up with a gorgeous artistic rendition of them on the beach, baby. And I was like, yeah, this is a beach episode. Siesta looking like a snack. Kimi looking like he flexing, working out. I was like, yeah, this is exactly what we wanted from this. And I was like, that's awesome. And it shows them like in, it looked like, definitely Europe, but it looked like France or something. And they're trying to find a killer that is stealing hearts. That's called Cerberus. The lady from Japan, I guess she's like some kind of like special detective. She was there. You know, they give her, she gives Kimi like this lighter and stuff, and they try to bust the case open, and they find out that the leader of 𝐒𝐻 has this like huge monster that's kind of like a, I guess like she's trying to like conduct like a terrorist attack by using this monster. It's like a weapon, like a huge weapon, and before they get there, they take on this like lichen werewolf thing. And he sneaks into Kimi's room. They decide to use, well, not they. Siesta decides to use Kimi as bait to try and get there, because they think that, yeah, this organization is going to come after them, and they will come after his heart. And they do. It's a shapeshifter werewolf dude, and they come in, and thankfully they're able to take him down by some pre-measures that Siesta took. They were able to kind of take them down, but Kimi gets kidnapped. They meet the leader of 𝐒𝐻, which is this girl. She kind of reminds me of the girl from what the combatants will be dispatched. It kind of reminds me of that a little bit, but she's definitely crazy for sure. And she has a book, and this book reminds me of Re:Zero because it's like biblical. She's like, this tells me everything that will happen, including that our boy Kimi is going to join her at some point. Not today, but in the future. And also has a description of his thing. And his thing has always been that he attracts, not evil, but he attracts trouble. And she lets him know that your ability, quote unquote, isn't to attract trouble, it's to create it. Where you are at, you create trouble. Trouble doesn't follow you. You create a rift in the world, and you create the trouble. Which my mind kind of blew at that moment. I was like, oh my God, he doesn't attract it, he creates it. You know, I mean, like, you know, subconsciously, you know, creates the trouble. And that's what he does. I thought it was crazy. And then obviously he breaks out. They have some dialogue between each other about this weapon that she's about to weaponize. She gives it the crystal that she stole from the werewolf, and I assume that this huge, beastly weapon thing is transforming or is going to have a shape-shifting ability. I'm not sure. But he breaks out of his shackles after they have some dialogue, and then our girl Siesta comes in, busts into the room with this huge mech Gundam thing, and that's kind of where we left off for the week is in that interaction, and I was like, yes, this is exactly what I wanted from the anime. Like you got you threw out the reel, and I'm the fish. I'm just like, you got me. I'm back, and it's very, very exciting now, and I still think that they dropped the ball in episode 2 and 3, but hey, regardless, we stuck around, you stuck around, you're here with me, and I think that we're being rewarded for that now. And now, I think this anime, it started for me at a 9, went down to a 6, and I think it's back up at an 8. And I think overall, at the end of everything, right, I think if it could continue this trajectory with having strong mystery during present day, have them actually solve real cases like the Yui case, like the Idol case, seeing what happens with that next, seeing what their next case is, if they continue the mystery and kind of pointing us here, but really it's going this way, I think that's going to be great. And if they could continue to show us events that happen between Kimi and Siesta and what kind of different cases they solved and what kind of adventures they went on, if they can continue to do those two things, this anime is set out for success. Because we love the characters. Siesta is the best character I've seen in a very long time. I like Kimi as a main character. I think he's cool. I like the animation. I think the animation is beautiful. It's just gorgeously rendered. I think the voice acting is spot on. I think the sound design is great. So overall, I think everything is there. It was just kind of the core story and plot that I was just really worried about. But I think it's brought us back. Overall, though, I'm gushing over this episode. I think it was a great episode. I think it was fire. I love that it was all focused on Siesta and Kimi. But let me know what you guys thought. What did you guys think about this week's episode? Let me know down in the comments below what you guys thought. Again, I think this episode was fire. And I can say now that I'm excited and I'm looking forward officially to next week's episode. Because I know we're going to get more Siesta. I know we're going to get more of that. And that's what I wanted from this anime. So let me know, like I said, what your guys' comments down are below. Let me know what you guys thought. Be real. If you hated it, that's cool. If you loved it, that's cool. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, guys. If you missed our reaction for today's video, click right here. This is today's episode. It's my full reaction. Video below it, that's another summer anime that you should probably watch. And we'll see you guys next week for episode number 6 of The Detective is Already Dead. Peace out, guys.